What if I told you the most powerful nations in the world are not the loudest ones? Not the ones that threaten, not the ones that dominate headlines, not the ones that speak the most, but the ones that stay silent and build. In 1945, Japan was not a symbol of power. It was a symbol of destruction. Hiroshima, a flash of light brighter than the sun, a wave of heat that erased buildings, a city reduced to shadow and smoke. 3 days later, Nagasaki. Within a week, an empire collapsed. A warrior nation bowed its head. Japan surrendered. For many countries, that kind of defeat becomes permanent trauma. It becomes anger. It becomes revenge. Japan chose something different. It chose reconstruction. After the war, Japan was broken. Factories destroyed. Infrastructure damaged. Millions struggling. The economy nearly non-existent. The world did not see Japan as a rising power. It saw a defeated nation. But inside Japan, something was quietly forming. A decision. If we cannot win with weapons, we will win with excellence. Japan adopted a new constitution and renounced war. For a country shaped by samurai tradition, this was a dramatic shift. But it was not weakness. It was redirection. Energy that once built battleships would now build factories. Discipline that once trained soldiers would now train engineers. National pride would no longer come from conquest. It would come from quality. And here's where culture played its role. In Japan, children cleaned their own classrooms. They learn responsibility early. Order is not enforced by fear. It is taught as respect. Trains are expected to arrive on time. If a train is even seconds late, apologies are issued. Not because delay is catastrophic, but because reliability is sacred. In conversations, people listen more than they speak. Public behavior is controlled. Emotion is managed. To outsiders, this looks quiet. To insiders, it is strength. Because discipline repeated every day becomes national character. During the 1950s, 60s, and 70s, Japan began its economic transformation. Slowly at first, then rapidly. Instead of producing the cheapest goods, Japan focused on producing the most reliable goods. Precision became obsession. Improvement became continuous. The philosophy of constant refinement, improving a process step by step, shaped factories and workplaces across the country. Soon, the world noticed. Japanese cars lasted longer. Japanese electronics performed better. Japanese machinery broke less. The label, Made in Japan, changed meaning. It stopped representing imitation and started representing trust. Companies like Toyota and Sony became global symbols of efficiency and innovation. But Japan did not boast. It did not celebrate loudly. It simply continued. By the 1980s, Japan had become the second largest economy in the world. A country once flattened by war now led in technology, manufacturing, and infrastructure. But success never lasts without challenge. In the early 1990s, Japan's economic bubble burst. Asset prices collapsed. Growth slowed. A long period of stagnation followed. Many called it the lost decade. For other nations, that kind of economic collapse could trigger chaos. Protests, instability, political breakdown. Japan endured. There was frustration. There was hardship, but there was order. Because the foundation of the country was not emotional reaction. It was structural discipline. Even in slow growth, Japan invested in long-term capability. Robotics, automation, infrastructure, high-speed rail. The Shinkansen bullet train became a symbol of modern Japan, moving at extraordinary speed, yet operating with calm precision. Power without panic, speed without chaos. And then came natural disasters. Earthquakes, tsunamis, the Fukushima nuclear crisis. Once again, the world watched Japan under extreme pressure. And once again, the image was striking. People standing in line for supplies. No looting, no widespread disorder, no collapse of civic behavior. Calm under pressure is not accidental. It is cultural training revealed during crisis. Japan's power is not loud. It is steady. In global politics, Japan does not dominate speeches. It rarely leads with aggression, yet it remains one of the most influential economies in the world. It balances relationships carefully. It builds alliances. It invests in trade and technology. It strengthens security quietly. Influence does not always require volume. Sometimes it requires consistency. So what is Japan's real strength? It is not military expansion. It is not territorial ambition. It is not emotional nationalism. It is collective self-control. A society that values group harmony over individual ego can coordinate more effectively. A culture that rewards patience over impulsiveness can build long-term systems. Japan teaches a powerful lesson. Defeat does not define nation. Reaction does. Japan reacted with discipline. It redirected pride into productivity. It transformed humiliation into motivation. It replaced aggression with excellence. And in doing so, it earned something more valuable than fear. It earned respect. Today, Japan remains one of the most trusted manufacturing nations in the world. Its infrastructure is admired. Its social order is studied. Its crisis management is observed. And yet, Japan rarely claims superiority. It does not need to, because real power does not need constant advertisement. There are two kinds of strength in this world. One kind is loud. It demands attention. It seeks dominance. It thrives on visibility. The other kind is quiet. It builds systems. It improves steadily. It earns trust. The first type can shock the world for a moment. The second type shapes the world for generations. Japan chose the second path. From atomic devastation to technological leadership. From imperial ambition to economic precision. From ashes to influence. Without shouting, without revenge, without losing control. And that is why Japan's silence is not emptiness. It is strategy. It is discipline. It is power. If this story made you think, don't just scroll away. Like the video so more people can see it. Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear them. And subscribe to Think Forward for more powerful global stories. Thank you for watching.